It's like, I'm just taking that thing off.
$11 well spent. Well, it's still good. I mean, it's mostly
It's
for a
really
phone.
good in the iPhone because the webcam I'm using has a bigger distance from the lens to the little plastic protector.
Yeah.
It's a little blurry.
Oh, okay.
God, look how huge I get when I take that thing off.
Oh, you're enormous now. It's almost terrible. It's almost terrifying.
Is there a black?
Man, I got a haircut, and you can really see how freaking gray my temples are getting.
I noticed I was going to compliment you on your haircut.
Yeah, I don't like the Reed Richards bullshit that's going on now.
No, it makes you look smart.
No, makes me look old. Professor, freaking, that's who I look like, the professor. I should get with Marianne. All right, here goes. Let's record. You ready? Let's do it. It begins, ladies and germaphobes, in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, what do you smell like?
The cover-thon happened.
Since when are Egyptians not white?
Dude had a real moment at Harvard.
Freddie Prinze Jr. did not have junior surgery.
Creed's singer has some issues to work on.
Major spoilers.
Your emails and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
It's sometime in the future. The ultimate challenge. Crossfire. Crossfire. You can count the crossfire. Crossfire. You can count the crossfire. Crossfire. You'll get caught up in it.
Instead of getting better, things have actually gotten worse.
The Morning Stream. Rambling goes in, podcast comes out. You can't explain that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Morning Stream. It's The Morning Stream. It's The Morning Stream. We weren't here Thursday, as everyone knows, but we did put up a little bonusy thing from your cover-thon.
We did.
That was fun. Yeah, that was on the feed, so
fun.
People have enjoyed that, I assume, by now.
It was a Thanksgiving miracle.
It really was. It's that time of year where I get to say everything's a Christmas miracle again.
It does, yeah. Today officially begins the
month of miracles.
Miracle.
Yeah,
Right.
It's December 1st, 2014, hurtling ever closer to the great holiday of Christmas, or as my daughter said for most of her young child life, Christmas. I can't wait for Christmas, Daddy, she'd say. It was really cute. She was cute when she was little. She's still cute, but she's smart and old now, and
yeah, doesn't say funny things anymore.
No.
Well, those kind of funny things.
yeah, she'd say, Daddy, I want to have fun at Christmas. And I'd say, well, I'm sure we'll have fun, honey. And she'd say, okay. And that was like circa, I don't know, 2000 or something.
Sure.
The year we thought all the future would come. And instead, it was just the final year before the worst terrorist attack in American history.
we honestly thought that jetpacks and flying cars would just drop in our lap on January 1st, 2000.
Well, they hadn't by then, so we figured then would be when they would.
Right.
Because-
Hoverboards. Where's
yeah.
my Back to the Future hoverboard?
Yeah, because it really was, for most of my upbringing, such a mysterious future date, a thing I thought I would never get to.
Yeah.
It just seemed like so far off and such a strange idea. Now we're 14 years in, almost 15. You know?
In the year 2000.
There are kids, well, I had one, who were born that year of 2000, who will be 15 in the year 2015.
Weird.
Like, brain fart, man. It's too weird.
What a good thing you can do to your kid, though, to have him be born in a year like 2000, right?
Yeah.
Where all they have to do is look at the wall and they know exactly how old they are just by the last two digits of the year.
It's true. He doesn't. I mean, obviously, it changes during the year. It's in May for him, but still, yeah. You're always, at least after May, he is always the same age as the year he's living in, which is a weird thing. Like for me, I always have to kind of carry the one, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We almost had that. Well, we almost had at least the tens.
Right. You and I were both born 1969.
Yeah.
So it's like 1979, 89. Holy cow, I'm old.
Yeah. We have to wait for the 9s to know when we're going to hit one of the 10 numbers.
That's right.
It sucks. Like, not until, but think of it this way, not until 2019 do we have a significant alteration to our age. And by then, will we be still doing this show? Think about it. Will we
50-year-old podcasters.
Holy shit, no one does that.
Look at what Jason Bieber did today.
Jason Bieber. I love that Jason Bieber. When he's on the air, he wears those pants where you could fit an entire elephant's testicles in them. They're so big.
When he was young, he was such a troublemaker. Who would have ever thought he'd grow up to be Prime Minister of Canada?
Right. He's the what's her name?
I can't think of her name. Who was the girl? It was the child actress who became a big...
Alanis Morissette. Chastity Bono.
She had that Dirtiest Pill song. Very popular.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those days. It's going to be good. Going to be a grandpa. Going to make my grandkids think that I am the ultimate man of mystery. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. All right. Hey, let's get into it, Brian. Let's get into it. I wanted to share something with you early this morning. It's the holidays. And the holidays, I would argue, are is a month of not only celebration and family and remembering the good times and, food and drink and snow and Jesus and all this stuff, right?
Right, yeah.
But here's what I think of when I think of holidays. I think of the smell of cinnamon and chocolate. For some reason, those two things just put me in the holiday.
Sure. Nutmeg.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What else?
Holly.
Peppermint, perhaps.
Pine.
Sure,
pine. Tree.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're getting a real tree this year.
Oh my Lord! Please tell me you're cutting it down yourself.
We're thinking about that option, but we're thinking we may not do that option.
I think that would be amazing because you could chronicle it on some sort of video capture device. That'd be great.
We'll happily watch the Griswolds do that and just go to the lot and buy a damn tree.
Oh, Holiday Road. Will you play that song at least when you buy it? That'd be great.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
We'll drive. We'll act like we're taking a really long trip up to the mountains. We'll bundle up.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to the lot and we'll take a saw and we'll cut off like the bottom inch of the tree so that we acted like we cut it down ourselves. How's that?
Okay, fair enough. Will you also challenge someone on the road to a race and then get stuck under a semi?
I will.
Okay.
Oh my God, you're making me want to watch that movie right now.
I'm going to. Not right now, but later. So yeah, it's a great time of year, and smells have a lot to do with Christmas for me. For whatever reason, that's just a huge part of it. I walk into a room, I immediately know, oh yeah, Christmas has left its mark here. This is good stuff. And if I smell like a chocolate, like a store or something where they got like real chocolate going on, oh man,
Deli Factory.
Yeah, it just puts me in the mood. So, how happy was I to stumble across this story about a dude who invented a pill that makes farts smell like chocolate. How exciting is this?
Are you baking cookies, hon?
This sweet-smelling product is the creation of Christian Polinska-Velval. Tell me I said that wrong. Poinchevel.
There's no L anywhere in that. Well, I guess there was one at the end.
Yeah, it's Poinchevel.
Poinchevel.
Poinchevel, a 65-year-old inventor who hails from the village of Gezveres is in France.
Sure.
Geveux.
I'm sure is how that's pronounced.
Yeah.
Geveux.
Yeah. And Patrick would say, that's really, really, really close, he'd say. And looks like Santa Claus' younger brother, hippie brother, according to this article. And he kind of does. He looks like Santa Claus. He sells the pill online at pilultepet.com, PILULEPET.com. And for around $12.50 American, for 60 capsules, you too can make your farts smell like chocolate. It allows the user, this is a quote from the website, allow the user to fart through to the new year in grand style.
Nice.
Grand style. Let's see.
They do make a dog version.
Oh my, dude. Say no more. You should just get a whole ton of these. I know how your dogs are. You know? Anyway, it's not the only thing. It includes powder for pets. So you put it. You can put powder in their food.
Yeah.
And will make their farts smell like chocolate. He was eating dinner with friends in 2006 when he realized the group had caused a gas attack at the restaurant. What? Hold on. Is this only in France? You cause a gas attack?
Gas attack.
Oh, no, you have done it again. Hey, Pierre, you started another gas attack. It is really, 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 really smelly. Quote, our farts are so smelly after a copious meal, we nearly suffocated, he told the Telegraph. The people at the table next to us were not happy. So here's what I believe this will mean for this guy. A bunch of early adopter sort of, I got to see if this works sales, and then no one will care after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But hey, man, way to go, Christian Pudge Poinch-Cavell. I'm gonna look him up.
9.99 euros. It's very tempting.
Yeah,
because I'm counting myself among the ones that are like, sure, I'll jump in on the early buy and try it out and be like, all right, and then never think about it again.
You got fart powder for dogs, fart pill 3 times plus 1 free, special Christmas edition aroma fart.
I'm just worried that that's gonna make me hate the smell of chocolate, right? Because I'm not gonna be fooled. There's going to be that smell, and I'm going to be like, yeah, that does kind of smell like chocolate, but now I know what I know what I'm smelling.
Right.
I'm smelling a fart.
Right. Let's see.
Maybe I won't trust the chocolate smell anymore.
Oh, that's a good point.
By Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, because we do have those in here in Colorado.
In the mall, just yell, who cracked one off in there?
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want that. Here's my favorite thing about the site. I went to the entire product listing. There are 3 products. They're all the same thing. One is a Christmas version,
right?
Or a Christmas
one's
deal.
Chocolate, one's roses.
Oh, they have a rose one?
Yeah, the one that's because that's what the very top of the site says. So it's chocolate, roses, and then dog fart powder.
I think I'd do the roses. Also, I'm not trusting this weird Santa hippie's homemade pills, dude. There's no way I'm eating.
Looks like
Who do you think there?
Well, Santa Claus is the obvious thing, but I mean, you know, he's like a guy who followed the Grateful Dead around for several years.
Yeah, or like kind of looks a little Dr. Demento, don't you think?
Kind of does with a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. Hello, Dementoids and idiots.
It's funny 5 times.
So I'm just looking at his. So when you do the sort by, so there are 3 products total in here that I'm seeing. You do the sort by, and then there's all these things. Products A to Z, products Z to A, in stock, lowest first, highest first. Like all these powerful tools for 3 listings. Amazing. All right, well, good luck to him. Brian, how'd the cover-thon go? Everything fine? You're awake? Everything's good?
I'm awake. It went really, really well. We raised $6,900, actually plus a little bit, because a couple people straggled in and made some donations after the fact. And I think there's a couple people who are still going to want to make more. Here's the breakdown, though. In previous years, I've done 50-50, like split it right down the middle.
Yeah.
This year, I decided, you know what? I want to make sure that the money that goes to Alzheimer's research is a nice round number, because I would split it Alzheimer's research and Coverville operating costs.
Sure.
But Coverville's doing okay. We don't have huge sponsors, and I'm all right with that. But you know, we do have.
There are expenses, man.
There are expenses, exactly. So
I should say this: expenses unique to the business of Coverville specifically.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these are things that any normal run-of-the-mill podcaster probably wouldn't run into, because it's, it's licensing, and I have 3 agencies I've got to pay, and there's all these other operating costs. Anyway. Yeah.
It's a storied history. You could get into it, but it'd take us all day.
I could, and I've discussed it so many places in so many ways.
Sure.
So I'm doing $4,000, so 60%. So I'm doing a 60-40 split. 60% of the money is going to Alzheimer's research. And what's cool is there is a day coming up on December 9th that I found out about here in Colorado, called Colorado Gives Day. And there's this elaborate percentage matching scheme thing that they're doing, that the more money that gets donated to a certain charity, the higher percentage of a kitty, a pool that they have, that they're going to also donate. So it's kind of a matching thing, but it's not a dollar for dollar matching.
Sure.
And so I'm going to donate the whole thing on that date to try and get a bunch of extra money matched up to even increase that pledge even further.
That's great.
So it's the most money we've ever raised for Alzheimer's research. It's grown about $500 every year for the cover-thon.
That's awesome.
And big thanks to you and Brian and Randy and Hammond Chamberlain and Daryl and Nicole and all these other people who gave up some of their time on a Friday, on Black Friday, or late night on Friday, to come on the show and spend some time talking with me, keeping me sane, keeping me awake.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a really good time on my 2 parts that I did.
It was a blast. Yeah, the film sack thing was a lot of fun, and the TMS thing was a lot of fun.
I only regret we didn't record the film sack thing just to have as a thing, because I honestly, when we did it, I just thought, oh yeah, it'll be us hanging out and talking and whatever. But I didn't expect it to be such a well crafted, awesome kind of thing that would have stood on its own, and I kicked myself in the butt.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. It was a really good roundtable kind of discussion. Yeah. And Randy has threatened to go back over to the Twitch archives and download our 2 hours and then edit out the music and give us
he'll forget. Show. He'll forget. Hey, Iceworm, go do that. So because Randy will forget. He's old like us.
That's right. Iceworm, yeah, actually, would you mind doing that, dude?
Yeah, do that, Iceworm. I think he was talking about it anyway, but cool. That'd be a perfect job for him. All right, well, there's your morning news. Yes. Not really. We have more news coming up.
An actual news segment.
Yeah, but what we're going to do now is a little Stump a Trek Nerd. Now, Daryl Skeels is not with us because he's stranded at some in-laws thing because of ice. Now, my guess is it is very little ice and totally dumb, and it's because it's Seattle and everyone doesn't know what to do with themselves. That's my thinking.
Well, keep in mind how much more humid Seattle is than Salt Lake City or Denver.
Oh, sure.
So when it does freeze there, it's like it's a thick danger layer on the roads.
Danger layer. I like
danger layer.
I do like something you just said. You said Denver, and it reminded me of something I want to tell you real quick.
Okay.
Kim was watching, so she finished her Gilmore Girls season or entire series run through yesterday.
Marathon. Uh-huh.
She loved it. At the end of it all, she decides, she goes, I need something dumb to watch. I said, oh, you weren't, I thought you were just watching Gilmore Girls. Then I made that joke and she didn't laugh. She says, no, I want to watch like something with Guy Fieri in it. So she watched that Diners, Dives, and Dingleberries or whatever it is. What's it called?
Diners,
Drive-ins, and
Dives, Diners, and Drive-ins in some order.
Yeah, whatever it is. It's all the 3Ds. If you put a fourth D and you get douchebag. Anyway.
Douche, yeah.
So she's watching.
Danger layer.
She's watching that, and we're enjoying it for what it is. And they get to Denver to a Native American themed restaurant where they had Navajo tacos.
Oh.
That I told you about before, right? That you hadn't heard of them when we last spoke about Navajo tacos. I need to find the name of that place, and you need to go get yourself a Navajo taco. There is nothing yummier than that thing.
I would bet it's the place that the Valentines hit when they came through Colorado on their way to Nerdtacular. We were too busy to get a chance to go with them, but they went to some place that was a Native American themed restaurant.
That sounds right.
And I wonder what it is.
See, where we usually get them, I bet we could probably search it out and find it. But where we usually get those is like fairs and like local art fests and things like that. They show up in like food trucks all the time here. I don't know why it's so popular here, but a lot. I'm
going to look up Denver Navajo Takis Fieri. There it is right there. Takabe.
Oh, that's it. Yep.
An American Indian eatery located in Northwest Denver. Northwest Denver. I live in Northwest Denver. Why have I never been here?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Takabe.
Also, if you search for Navajo, the autocomplete on Google, the very first one is tacos. So they're more popular than people think, and they're worth checking out if you've never had one. They're amazing. Amazing. And that's why we're all into the Indian fry bread here. Everyone talks about that here. It's because that's that's the underpinning of the taco. Oh, good Lord, look at these pictures.
Right. As opposed to the fried shell. It's Lowell, 44th and Lowell. I know exactly where this is.
Your job is to go and report back.
Holy cow, yeah.
Guy Fieri his stink is all over that place.
Did he bite it and like nod his head and like,
talk about how full the flavor was? Yeah.
Oh, it's like it just exploded in my mouth of flavor.
Oh, the crunch is good, and the other thing does a thing, and the stuff is there, and the deal, and the bit.
But here's what's hard to tell is that I can never hold enough attention to see how something actually looks, because no take is more than 2 seconds long in that show. It was.
Yeah.
Were you the one that told me that if you
Yes.
watch? Yeah. Now I
Yes.
can't unsee
Just
it.
Cut. Oh,
Bam,
my
bam,
gosh.
bam. It never stops ever. The longest moment is like 2.3 seconds where he might slowly be going, "Oh, this is so good," after he takes a bite of something. That's as long as those takes ever get. It is obnoxious.
So here, this is great. So the Takabe, I just put the Google, the Google Street View
Yeah.
into the chat room.
Yeah.
Their window is perfectly aligned to where you can clearly see the Google Street View automobile in the reflection
Oh,
of
that's
the
that's
front
awesome.
glass.
That's awesome.
It looks like there's a Google car parked inside the restaurant.
That's great. That's awesome. And do they have? They probably have signs up saying featured on Dingus's Diners and Dorks. Because that's
Yeah,
all
I
these
think they do.
restaurants do, right? I assume that gets them
Yep.
some traffic.
Dingus's Diners and Dorks.
Anytime anyone from the Guy Fieri channel, I'm sorry, the Food Channel Food Network comes over, then that's good. It's good. All right.
Yeah, this is Caddy Corner from the. Oh yeah, I know exactly where this is. Used to go to that grocery store regularly when.
See?
Yeah.
Need to go, dude.
All right,
I'm
gonna go and report back.
I'm going to play a mashup, and then while we're doing that, call My Extra Life on Skype if you want to be the person who is chosen randomly to participate in today's acting version of Stump a Trek Nerd. That's My Extra Life on Twitter, on freaking Skype. And you don't have to add me as a friend. We're waiting for that. All you have to do is call the number. Keep trying if you don't get in. I'll pick you in a second. Here's a mashup sent by
Maybe I'm smoking the crack.
This
My
lumpy rucksack makes me want to go throw up. My limp penis makes me want to go throw up.
You damn kids and your internet.
Port side.
Horde side.
I'm pushing hard and it's not coming out.
Because I was going to eat Terpster.
Sausage.
Cat and chicken porn.
Yeah, now I'm into like cat and chicken porn.
Oh yeah, the booby one.
What a cluster bunk that is.
How about Jubilee? Did she show up?
No, she's not there either.
I'd like to kick her in the nuts.
I don't have any reference point for that. I don't know what that was. That's really weird. All right. Anybody? Star Trek, here we go. We're going to add somebody to the call. First one in is, oh my goodness, if it isn't Todd Whitehead himself.
Hey, it's no one.
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm still kicking. First of all, Indian tacos. Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they? They're amazing. Now, I've heard, now they're called Navajo tacos here, but I assume the more appropriate term would be Indian taco because I don't think they add, well, that or, I mean, maybe that's not even cool anymore. Like, what are these Native American, indigenous people's tacos? Let's call it
Right,
that.
exactly. That's going overboard with the whole
maybe a little bit
politically correctness.
Yeah, but they're good.
They just don't want people to confuse them with dot Indian tacos.
Right.
Yeah, because those are totally a thing.
Are they dot Indian tacos? Great.
That's right. You got your Penang curry and a nice rolled rolled shell.
You know, Hover and the GoDaddy are selling dot taco extensions now. So
Domain name extensions.
Get in on that. All right. Hey, look, Todd, it's your chance to participate in today's Stump a Trek Nerd, and it's our acting edition, which means I play a part, Brian plays a part, and then you guess what episode this comes from. I can tell you that it is a Next Generation episode, and that's all I can tell you. So,
Yikes.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky here.
We might have to give him 4 choices because
I'm living in fear.
All right. Well, let's see what we can do here. We'll get to the end of it and see how you are. Brian, are you ready to do your part?
Yes.
I will be playing the part of a Packlid. You will be playing the part of one Geordie LaForge, played by Rudolph Valentino. No, who played him? Freaking that guy. Who played Geordie?
LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton. Thank you.
Come on now.
It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Oh, you've never seen Reading Rainbow. Never mind. All right, here we go. I'm going to start with we look for things.
So I've heard.
Can you make our ship go?
Yes, I think so.
We look for things to make us go.
Fellas, why don't you just show me where your guidance system is, okay?
He is smart. And scene. All right.
All right.
Now that's our little play. I'm going to give you. First, I should ask.
I have 4 choices for him.
Oh, you do. Give him his 4 choices. Go.
All right. Your 4 choices are: is it A, Samaritan Snare, B, Up the Long Ladder, C, Manhunt, or D, The Emissary?
Oh God. Let's see. I'm gonna
Well, while you
climb
think
up
about it, do you have anything to eat?
Oh, yeah. Do you have anything in your car?
I got some
There's a French
like,
fry under the passenger seat.
car seat granola. I can survive off that in an emergency.
Gross. That's gross.
Well,
What
now
did we-
now made from 20% food.
Yeah. What do we have? I don't even know what we have. Should we do another popcorn?
Yeah, we have 2 more popcorns.
Let's do
and,
that.
all right.
All right, so I'm going to hit the thing here.
Are you hungry? Aren't you hungry? What's a foodie?
All right, hold on. I'm grabbing it. It's right over
So while
here.
you're grabbing that, I'm inclined to cut Daryl some slack. So the brief time I lived up in Seattle was the one time in my life that I ever completely lost control of my vehicle and did a 360-degree spiral through oncoming traffic.
That's because you people don't know what snow is, man.
That was fun.
Because all you guys in these states where it never snows anymore, I mean, that's where, see, this is the problem with the climate change. If it hits suddenly and everywhere that's hot is cold, you guys are screwed. We're just going to get warm and go, ah.
I grew up outside Buffalo, New York. I understand.
Oh, you
snow.
totally, yeah. You maybe the greatest understanding of snow comes from anyone.
I know enough not to go back.
Yeah. Never again. Never forget. Always remember. All right, so we have in our hands. I don't have the paper anymore. Crap.
I have the paper.
Okay.
I
Good.
paper.
I think the one
Did
we
you lose
want.
your paper?
This is the. You're making me just want to see it again. I hope you know that.
Until April.
There are 2
This
kinds
is,
left.
Yes, and I would say we do the cran and cream and save the split for when Daryl's back.
I am with you on this.
So this comes from Matthew Bach, aka Punk Gopher 76, and it's from another local place.
Oh,
from Weeby Poppin'.
Yeah, that's right. We like the local place. Oh, there's nuts in this one too. Oh, lovely. Okay.
Contains nuts.
Let's give it a try. It's got cranberry, dried cranberries, nuts, and popcorn. And I don't know if the popcorn's supposed to be flavored like anything, but here goes.
Well, it says cran and cream, so.
Oh, yeah. There's little like white chocolate goo in there, or like yogurt or something.
Oh yeah.
Yogurt.
This is good. I may have to eat all that.
It's a very subtle flavor compared to some of these other ones. The cheddar chocolate one.
Yeah, that's quite good.
It's making Scott do some excellent Foley work.
I know, right?
Nom 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 nom.
It's really good. Oh man, I actually feel like it might be kind of healthy too. You know?
Because there are so few seasonings on there. It's almost like you're eating straight, just no butter, no salt popcorn.
That's really good. All right.
New extra strength colon blow.
Yeah, right. Good source of fiber. That's damn fine. How's the chair granola?
Right nummy. I'm in fact parked outside of a McDonald's, but I'd rather have food, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't eat there, dude. That's terrible. All right.
Egg white delight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's our food. Thank you for that. There's no birthdays to celebrate, although I'm sure there are. We'll get from Daryl what those are tomorrow. Let's get back to this question. Brian, would you please read the 4 possible answers to this question again, please?
I will. Is it A, Samaritan Snare, B, Up the Long Ladder, C, Manhunt, or D, The Emissary?
Hi. So let's see, I'm going to be climbing up the long ladder on a manhunt for an emissary, but I'm going to get caught in the Samaritan Snare. So Samaritan Snare, I think, is the option.
Wow, that's an amazing way to do that. You've got Daryl beat in that department, I would say. Well, let's find out if you're right. Is he right?
Congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
You're a winner.
That means Todd is getting a free signed print in the mail without him even knowing that was on offer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Booyah.
Congratulations, Todd Whitehead at alphageekradio.com, who simulcasts this show each and every morning that we do it. And we love him and his technical prowess for it.
We do. Did I turn stuff off okay on Saturday morning?
I was minding the store just in case you were too sleep deprived, but you did everything just fine.
Oh, yeah, good job. I wondered about that, if you'd be able to sort of make sense of it all after all that time. It's crazy.
I was able to turn my butt off.
Yeah.
I didn't go to bed until 11 o'clock that night, too. I stayed up for an additional 12 hours after that.
Good Lord.
No. I had to thank Brian because the Cover-a-thon gave me an excuse to figure out a way to simulcast Twitch broadcasts, which I now can do. Thank you, Brian.
Wow.
Oh, My pleasure. Wow, very cool.
There you have it.
Happy dance. Happy dance. That's why people were watching the covers on the Roku, because that's how we roll here in the Aught 14s.
That's right. Welcome to the future today.
And I got to thank Gnomewise, because it was because of him that I actually picked up a Black Friday cheaper copy of Wirecast.
Oh,
yes. $150. So
Very
I can't
nice.
wait to figure out how that all works and make that happen.
Good
We'll
job.
get together in our Coco spare time.
He'll help
Perfect.
you. He'll help you. That's what he does. Todd, stay out of trouble, man. We'll talk to you again. Bye now. I feel like he's in such a little tiny space when we're talking to him there. All right, what are we doing now? Oh, we have some of this going on right here.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
Oh, look at this, everybody. It's the news. Hey, you know Rupert Murdoch, don't you?
Well, hold on. Before we do that.
Oh, you have one.
Well, we didn't read the first one for the Stump a Trek Nerd because we went right into the mashup.
Oh, I'm a giant idiot. Hold on.
No. I am too, because I missed it. So it's the news, and it's brought to you by Hero Movie Podcast. It's the best source of superhero. Oop, and you moved it. There we go.
Oh, sorry. I did that thinking, oh, yeah, this will be more convenient.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's the best source of superhero movie discussion in the multiverse. Each week, Adam, Sean, and Bruce. Let me try that again. Each week, Adam, Sean, and Bruce talk exclusively about the only movies that matter, superhero movies. The Hero Movie Podcast has it all. Find it at heromoviepodcast.com or simply Hero Movie Podcast wherever you find podcasts.
All right. By the way, you use the TuneIn Radio app at all?
I don't anymore. The TuneIn Radio or TuneIn, the one that like sets all your album artwork in iTunes?
No, it's called TuneIn Radio. It's like it's an app for your phone. Or iPad, or I think on Android as well, where you can listen to live radio stations around the country, basically shoutcast streams, and you can subscribe to podcasts. It's like Stitcher, but like a lot of live radio too.
Okay, no, I've never even heard of it.
There's like a comedy station in Denver I listen to and things like that. Anyway, it's an
Yeah,
okay
LOL.
app. Yeah, it's not very good, but I listen to it occasionally. It's usually very yuckster and rubber chicken kind of comedy, but
it kind of is, yeah.
But the thing, they changed a bunch of stuff in the app where it makes no sense how it works now. It's super dumb. So if anyone who works at TuneIn Radio is listening, that thing is janky now. What are you guys doing? Rupert Murdoch, he's 1,000 years old and owns everything. He's in big trouble on Twitter. Because he's 83 and you shouldn't be saying things like this, but he got in a big fight over Exodus, Gods and Kings. And
a new movie that who's in that? Bale?
Christian Bale, yeah. Directed by Ridley Scott. Looks epic and huge and great. What's her name? Sigourney Weaver's in it. Continuing their long movie love affair between Ridley Scott and Sigourney Weaver. The first time I had you in your underpants. Now you will be queen of the Nile.
Chasing a cat underneath a computer.
That's right. So she is in it, and a bunch of people are in it, and it's looking good. And I love big, epic Ridley Scott movies, so I'm pretty stoked for it generally. But he made a comment on Twitter. This is an exact quote. "Since when are Egyptians not white?" he says. The 83-year-old media baron Rupert Murdoch appeared to have made things worse by weighing in on a debate about his new Bible movie on Twitter. I don't think you mean his, but the new Bible movie on Twitter. Angered by criticism that the cast of forthcoming epic Exodus, Gods and Kings is too white, Murdoch tweeted that the Egyptians were actually white and far from black. He then backed up his point with the observation, they treated blacks as slaves. When this failed to quell the backlash, he told his 535,000 followers to calm down, then ordered them to change the subject. Oi, change the subject.
This is not going well for me. Please talk about something else.
Talk about something else. I know I've dug myself a hole and painted myself in a corner, but stop it. Exodus is an interpretation of the Old Testament book of Exodus, which tells the story of Moses leading the Hebrews out of Egypt. But many have questioned why only white actors have been cast in lead roles, including Christian Bale as Moses, Joel Edgerton as Ramesses II, and Sigourney Weaver as Tuya. Tariq Nasheed, a director of the Hidden Colors documentary series, is among those campaigning against the film for what he sees as an attempt to redefine history. Quote, the storyline takes place in ancient Africa, but all the African kings and gods are portrayed by white actors, and all these slaves, thieves, and lower-class Egyptians are played by black actors. And so that's why Murdoch, a white man, a white old man, decided to take to Twitter and freak out about it. I think Hollywood has a long tradition of casting white people where they shouldn't be, so I'm not all that surprised by it, and I'm not saying that shouldn't change, but I like Ridley Scott movies, so I'm kind of stoked to see the movie, and I don't care about all this controversy. Just let it be whatever it's going to be. I mean, the truth is, what he's basically trying to say is that, the argument that they're white people in Egypt is like making the argument that there are a bunch of them, that they're all Americans in France. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like this weird, that's a weird thing to claim, Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
Like, especially using current context as a way to apply it to this old thing. I mean, this idea that any of that stuff that came out of there, Jesus for that matter, looked like somebody's white uncle. It's always been kind of
almost
ridiculous.
Always, right?
Yeah,
exactly. When
ridiculous.
we see him in depicted in movies, it's Jim Caviezel, right?
Yeah.
It's a fairly white guy.
Yeah. Although I don't know, because some credit on Caviezel's part to look a little bit tan, I suppose, or something. Because a lot of times, like especially Catholic Jesus, that guy, he couldn't be whiter.
Little bronzer.
Yeah. A little bit of bronzer, a little bit of a little time at the tanning bed.
Right.
Anyway, whatever. When's that movie coming out? I don't even know. Soon. Got Oscar buzz written all over it.
Probably this Friday. I know that we got great movies coming out over the next 3 weeks.
Who will play the pod who will play Vincent Price's role or Edward G. Robinson's role in this version of the Moses story, I wonder? Because people forget they were in that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Moses, see? Come here, see? Yeah.
Was Cagney in there too?
Not Cagney. I'm thinking it. What Edward G. Robinson, I thought, talked like that. What does he talk like?
Oh, it was. I'm sorry. That is Edward G. Robinson.
Yeah. Listen.
Cagney is you dirty rat.
Yeah. These are people out of our generation, so it's really
exactly.
We're not good at it. A Harvard Extension student. What does that mean? Harvard Extension. Is that from another school?
Yeah, doesn't actually go to the regular Harvard school, but to an extension school, like an outside annex kind of thing.
But he's not weirdly longer than other students. That's not.
He's an extension student. He's super
weird.
Super long.
Yeah. And, how many extension students does it take to change a high-up light bulb? 1. Harvard Extension student allegedly fell naked through bathroom ceiling and bit a man's ear off.
All right, good.
Sounds like an NC-17 version of Dead Poets or Breakfast Club. That's what I meant to say.
Right. Man walks into a bar with a poodle under one arm and a 6-foot salami under the other.
What's that guy doing? What's Judd Nelson up to?
Judd Nelson?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking him up.
You know he's got talent.
Yeah, right? Let's see. Images of Judd Nelson, 2014. Oh, he looks fine. Oh, some of his hair, though. What are we doing there, buddy?
Really?
Yeah. One of them looks like Brian Dunaway. In fact.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, that's weird.
His beard, man.
I'm going to share that with the Brian Dunaway on Twitter because that's funny. That makes me laugh.
That's really funny.
Anyway.
What is Judd Nelson doing anyway?
Well, he's got talent. I don't know. Probably nothing. I don't know. IMDb may yield some results, but I have no idea.
But we don't have time to look for that.
I like that guy.
I do too.
I always did.
I thought he was just fine in the Breakfast Club in the St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh yeah, I used to say St. Almost Fire. I thought that's what it was when I was younger. It's like, hey, did you guys see St. Almost Fire? Scott, you're an idiot.
He apparently does some voices for Ben 10. I'm looking to see if there's anything that we recognize here. Is the Nikita TV series still on?
Nikita is not on anymore. He was on that.
There's something else that's, all right. He was
remember
on that.
Remember that Millionaires Boys Club or whatever it was called? It was like a mini series about like highfalutin Wall Street types that he was in. It was pretty good in the day.
Yeah, totally.
Kind of like this DiCaprio thing that everyone likes now. I guess I have not seen it. I never did see it.
Yeah, right. The
most F-bombs in TV or movie history. That one.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or as my mom would say, Woof of Wall Street.
The Woof of Wall Street.
Yeah.
He was on an episode or 2 of 2.5 Men. Yeah, but he's not getting the kind of work that we should be seeing from Judd Nelson.
I agree.
Honestly.
I agree. Well, who is from that cast?
It's Judd Nelson, for Pete's sake.
The sad truth is that whole cast is kind of in that category. Nobody's doing
Right.
big things.
Right.
None of them. What do you
I
think
mean,
about
if
that?
you're looking at Breakfast Club cast, yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
what I
argue
mean.
that if you're looking at the St. Elmo's Fire cast, Rob Lowe is doing okay.
He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
But yeah, no kidding. I mean, Ali Sheedy, Anthony Michael Hall, Emilio Estevez, Molly Ringwald.
Mm-hmm. What are they doing? Nothing. Nothing big.
They need to do a Breakfast Club sequel
I mean,
where their kids are all in detention together.
she was. Please. You know that's been floated somewhere. Somebody at some desk somewhere said that was a good idea. Anyway, oh yeah, this guy, a Boston man. Boston man. What's his power?
Man.
Does he have powers?
Able to find his way around that ridiculous city with no street signs and the windiest, narrowest streets ever. Excelsior.
Well, it was built early, you know.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing back then
No,
with
I had
roads.
no idea.
Oh, you think they'd work better straight?
Yeah, they couldn't even.
I guess
make
that wasn't. I think these would work better straight, eh?
Hey, what do you think about that?
Eh.
I gotta take a wicked piss. Let's see here. He fell naked through the ceiling of a woman's bathroom in Boston's Logan Airport and then bit an 84-year-old man's ear off. Now, what was the 84-year-old man doing in the woman's bathroom, I wonder?
Did he bite it on the way down? Like he was trying to scramble for a foothold or something to
say.
slow his fall?
I'm guessing he went out the door and then bit the guy's ear. It doesn't say here, though.
Yeah.
He was arraigned Wednesday on charges that included attempted murder. Whoa. Assault and battery on a person over 60 and lewd lascivious conduct. I think that's just any time your wiener's out.
I think so too. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize they had different kinds of assault and battery, like the over 60 assault and battery.
Yeah, that's a interesting thing. I'd never seen that before. He did this on Saturday, allegedly sneaked into the bathroom, undressed. Is it sneaked or snuck? They say sneaked.
I think it's, sneaked is okay.
Okay.
Sneaked is allowed.
Snucked, snooked, snooky. He undressed inside a stall and then climbed into the ceiling crawl space. Police said that he then fled the bathroom and assaulted the 84-year-old man. The lawyer said he is a student studying economics at Harvard Extension School and has no history of mental illness. Well, he does now. Hearing is to determine what the hell happened will be scheduled today. So watch for that.
Far
Updates
out.
forthcoming.
Can't
Yeah.
wait for that.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm sure we'll follow up on this. Absolutely.
More news as it becomes available.
Yeah, you know us, sticking to the story like glue. Tweakedaudio.com, sponsoring today's fine program. You're thinking to yourselves, I need to get great new gifts for friends of mine or family. I've got this kid. He's 14. He listens to the music. He likes the screamo. Boy, I'd sure like to put some of that in some earbuds so I don't have to hear it on speakers. How about a pair of sweet audio earbuds from tweakedaudio.com? Choose from the styles and colors you like most, the ones you think your kid's going to really like. Maybe something dark and metally, because that's what he's into right now. Something where he didn't mind blowing a little hair out of his eyes. Freaking punk. Engineered for durability and noise reduction, which is good for him and you.
That's why they have black. That's why it comes in black.
Always been on black. That's what what's his name told me.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, New Jack.
Passenger 57.
That's right. Compatible with all your devices. Tweakedaudio.com is the place. Code is STREAM at checkout. STREAM. That'll get you 33% off at tweakedaudio.com.
Chairman J. Parnell Thomas of New Jersey opens an inquiry into possible communist penetration of the Hollywood film industry.
Oh, looky here at Celebrity Poop. Let's jump right in. Hey, Freddie Prinze Jr., son of Freddie Prinze Sr., he's the one that was like the drug
He's
addicted
Chico
dude.
or the man. I can't remember which one he was. I believe he was Chico.
Let's look it up. Chico and the man. Okay. That starred Freddie Prinze Jr. Sr. as Chico Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Alberton as Ed Brown.
Uncle Charlie from the Chocolate Factory, or whatever his name was. Grandpa Joe.
Yep. Scatman, I like to play with my own poo Carruthers, played Louis. I mean, that's why they call him that, right?
Really? Why? Why do you call him that?
I don't know. This isn't scat when you.
Okay, yeah. I was connecting with The Shining.
Oh, yeah. He's the one
the
that
caretaker.
You got the shinin. Yeah, he's the one. He's one that get. Well, that was from The Simpsons, but yes. And then he got hit with the axe there in the spoiler.
That's right. Yes.
Got hit with an
Spoiler. We
axe.
can spoil that movie. That one's okay.
Yeah, we don't even have to call Vince Gilligan. We'll leave him alone on that one.
Totally fine.
Oh, by the way, I mentioned this on Twitter, but I cannot believe I got an email complaining that there was a black guy in a stormtrooper outfit.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. He's all upset about it, and I finally did decide to reply because I'm thinking maybe he wasn't trying to be outwardly racist. What he meant to be was like, well, aren't they all supposed to be clones? You know, because they're supposed to be clones of that Australian guy or whatever, that New Zealand actor, or at least as established in the prequels. And so I wrote back and said, if that's what you're talking about, I understand the nerd continuity itch that people get, right? But we don't have any idea what he's doing in there. That's like complaining that Luke and Solo were in those uniforms,
right? Exactly.
In episode 1 or 4, before you found out they were. I mean, the storyline is that they got in them to disguise themselves as stormtroopers so they could blend in and get into the station. We don't know why the guy's in a stormtrooper outfit.
Yes.
So you're reading way too much into 5 seconds of film.
Plus, I mean, how long has it been since the prequels, right? How much time has passed since the prequels? How do we know that they're still using Geonosian clones to fill the or Kamino clones to fill the stormtrooper suits?
Yeah, we're not even sure they were doing that in the original trilogy. It's only the prequels that kind of laid all that out and then went and changed all the VO and the old. Oh my gosh! Have you seen the George Lucas redoes the trailer thing?
No.
It's brilliant, dude. It's
Really?
the same 88-second trailer, but with his enhanced changes. It is so subtly awesome. You need to see it.
I can't wait to see
How have you not seen that? It's amazing. Anyway, what's my point? Where was I? Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr. got surgery, spinal surgery, and he's learning to walk again. Now, I didn't know that Freddie Prinze Jr.
I had no idea that any of this happened.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't hurt.
He was Fred from the Scooby-Doo movies.
He sure was. He's currently in Star Wars Rebels. He's the voice of the main actor in that, or the main character in that cartoon there. 3D animated cartoon. He told Twitter fans that he is going to learn to walk again. The 38-year-old star began sharing pictures of his hospital visit on the 20th. He posted before and after photos, pointing out his neck bandage. He's been updated.
Star-like. How's that?
Star-like, yeah. And he's still with Sarah Michelle Gellar, right?
Are they still...
Thought they were. Thought they had kids and stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything in Hollywood. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, who knows? He's working out. He's doing stuff.
Still married. Yeah, still married to Sarah Michelle Gellar. Keeping her 12 years now.
Has some nerve spine thing he had to get fixed. So that's what it was.
Poor guy.
Yeah, they're still together, loving it. Daphne and Fred together at last.
Mm-hmm. The way it should be.
As it always was meant to be. I mean, let's be honest about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Creed frontman. What's frontman's powers?
Oh, no, really?
Yep.
Able to take you higher. Excelsior.
I like it. Glad I asked. Creed frontman, because Creed's in the news.
Right.
Hey, everybody. Remember Creed? Well, give me a Creed song off the top of your
I'll take you higher to a place Nickelback.
They're basically the Nickelback of their time.
Yeah.
He has been placed on a psychiatric hold thing, whatever, after telling a school dean he fears ISIS will kill his son. But the singer insists he is sober as can be. Creed frontman Scott Stapp was placed on psych hold for 72 hours after he told these cops he heard voices that his son was going to get killed by ISIS. The 41-year-old was allegedly drugged on the roadside in Florida, of course, when he imparted his fears to patrolling officers and said someone was trying to poison him. According to the document read by TMZ. Dun, 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 dun. He was placed on a psychiatric facility for 3 days. The revelation came a day after it emerged from his wife from 8 years, former Miss New York Jacqueline Neshawait. How'd you say that?
Neshiwat. I have no idea.
Jacqueline Neshiwat. Anyway, filed for divorce last month, claiming the former millionaire, he's broke right now, by the way, has no money, threatened to kill her and the 2 children, and that he has guns and has the will to do so. In fresh legal documents, she also alleges that Stapp called her their child's school warning of ISIS attack on November 10th, called that into the school.
Nice.
Sounds like he's losing it.
Fresh legal documents.
Yeah, and there's been reports that he is like super hooked on meth, but he denies that he's taking meth.
With arms wide open, all night.
Yeah. Poor Scott Stapp.
Yeah.
Was there anything he couldn't do? I mean, if he's got like, you know, I mean, I hope he's not. Well, I don't know. I hope it all works out. These guys that go from like top of the pop to like spent all their money and have nothing left and no career. I mean, I don't know what you do.
You can't go into something like that thinking that it's going to last forever.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'd hope not.
Yeah,
I don't.
You can't assume. I mean, you know, not everybody's going to have career longevity.
No, you can't all be the Rolling Stones or the Beatles or the whatevers. You have to.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to be the.
Sometimes you got to be the right fit Fred.
Yeah, or the Marky Marks. When your music career looks like it's not going to go anywhere, get into acting. Try something else. You're still young. I think I
found a new job.
I found another way to make money.
HelloFresh. Hey, HelloFresh, what's going on? HelloFresh.com is sponsoring the show. Man, December would be a great time to do this because you're already so busy. You got the holidays coming up. You're making all these plans. I know my wife is in like overdrive trying to get everything done before we do our trip. That's assuming the colonoscopy goes okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm supposed to hear today what the schedule is, so probably this
you
week.
Need somebody to take over your hotel. Your Las Vegas hotel.
Who knows at this stage? I mean, it depends on what they say. So if they call me today and schedule it, it may be this week, which means that it's going to kill one of our mornings. I don't know what's going to happen yet.
There's no reason Kim should miss that trip. I'll go ahead and head out there with Kim.
All right. That's not a problem. That sounds like a fun time. You can teach her how to play 21 or craps. Right. She'll teach you how to make a hell of a cannoli. I don't know what that means. All right. So, HelloFresh.com. They're a great way to fill in while you're so busy during this holiday season. Get amazing, fresh, amazing food that you can make in 30 minutes or less. It all comes farm fresh to your door, and they'll deliver to you if you live in these states united or in other parts of the world. Go check it out at HelloFresh.com and see if they deliver to you. For first-time customers, you still get this deal. Morning Stream, that's all one word, Morning Stream. Not case sensitive, although it's written here in lowercase, so I don't know. Take that for what you will. But Morning Stream, one code, 50% off. That's half off for first-time customers. Go check it out today. If you've been sitting on the fence, now's the time. At HelloFresh.com. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got Mr. Steven Schleicher among us to talk all about the world of. Well, actually, we're going to talk a lot about the Star Wars trailer, and his internet woes. I want to talk about his site being down. It sucks.
Spoilers.
Feel bad for him. Not fun to have that happen during a holiday when you get a lot of your traffic. But we'll talk about all of that coming up. But before that, Brian brought music, and I can't wait to hear what it is.
I did. This one going out to our buddy Les Gebhardt, who is turning 50 today. He says, "Dear Sober and Blitzed, December 1st will mark my 50th revolution around the sun. I'm hoping you can play something appropriate to celebrate this mind-numbing achievement. Maybe a good cover of Oingo Boingo, especially Gray Matter, Dead Man's Party, or Only a Lad. Or I'll leave it in your exceedingly capable hands. Hello, Mr. Fro, Doe, Les."
All right.
So happy birthday, Les. He's been a Nerdtacular Colorado Caravan staple.
Yeah.
Since we started doing that. So great to hear from Les, and happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
So I racked around trying to find some good covers, appropriate covers, and the one I landed on is a cover indeed of Only a Lad. This one by the band Let Go. This one came out on a 2005 tribute to Oingo Boingo called Dead Man's Party. And it's not quite ska. It's almost as if the Police were covering Only a Lad. I don't know.
Oh, weird.
A little bit of that. Here's Only a Lad by Let Go.
So
their life.
I'm making the car move with the power of my mind!
Now, two men standing at standing desks. This is the morning stream.
That's not entirely true. I'm sitting today. Sorry, Scott Fletcher. Sorry.
Ugh.
I mean,
don't you care?
What do you
care about?
I don't care.
Oh, he doesn't care. He says he doesn't care.
I don't care.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Already.
Relax.
Jeez.
Take it easy.
Swashbuckler.
All right.
He was a great guest. Had him on for about an hour. And,
I didn't know that. I want to hear
yes.
that. Crap. It's gone now.
It was a lot of fun, man. Oh my God.
Well, he's a good man, that Scott Fletcher.
He is.
I like him.
I approve of Scott Fletcher.
I think he's okay. All right, we're going to Steven this up. We're going to Steven up this joint.
All right. Okay.
Ooh. That didn't work. Hold on. STEP. There he is. I found it. I found him.
Here he is.
I don't know. I don't know how they found me, Marty, but they found me. All right, here's this thing. We got a little theme. Where is it? Here it is, right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. The one, the only, Mr. Steven Schleicher. Hello, Steven.
Hello.
How goes the internet battle, man?
You do not want to know.
Oh,
no.
You see, I could feel the frustration from your Twitter feed yesterday.
Just yesterday? You mean the last 5 days?
Well, it seemed to have
been an indicator.
It seemed to have culminated into a kind of a raw form of liquid rage.
Yeah, yesterday was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally was pretty bad. I will say this, that the hosting provider, they've had one good person that I've talked to, and that was on Saturday night. And she was on the phone, and I was like, well, now here's a problem. She's like, oh, let me look at this. Oh, okay. Here, this will fix that. And then sure enough, it fixed it. And then she's like, okay, well, this is officially the start of my weekend, so I won't be back till Tuesday, but I'm passing everything else off to everyone else.
Right.
And you should be fine.
Well,
went to bed.
Yeah.
Site was still borked on Sunday. And I tell you, every time I call the hosting provider, it's like they have no clue what's going on.
Right.
Oh, geez. Like they're not writing down
Like,
any notes and storing with your account or anything?
That's what it, because it's like, can you look at the log file? Oh, yeah, I see there's a big log file. I'm like, yeah, how far back does it go with this particular incident? June. So maybe you guys might want to get caught up on that.
Yeah.
But,
wow.
Here's the weird thing. Now, I'm looking at other providers. And there have been a number of them that reached out to me via Twitter last night when my rage was at its highest.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm not going to talk with anybody on Twitter. I'm not going to discuss this stuff with Twitter. I'm not going to talk with you on an open chat. I'm not going to do anything via email. I'm going to call you in the morning. And I called this morning, like as soon as I got back from dropping the kids off. And the guy was like, oh, wait a minute. Is your name Steven? I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, yeah. They had a message that you were going to call me this morning. So we're all ready to talk with you about this stuff.
Oh, wow. Really?
That sounds like great service to me.
Does to me, too.
So I'm waiting to hear back from them to see if we can reach an agreement on what they can provide and cost.
And you're not trapped on the other provider for long-term contract or anything, or do you know?
No, because I'm going to raise holy heck that they're going to refund me all of the money that is owed to me.
Yeah.
So,
I can imagine. So I don't like a world with major spoilers being down in it. That's not a world I want to live in. I don't like it.
The latest thing, I don't know how often another one of your Frog Pants friends has talked about this, but he went through something very similar a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months ago. He's the one that recommended this other provider.
Who was the friend? Give me a hint.
I don't know. I don't want to name names because I don't know how open they are about what happened with their site or not.
Oh. Well, give me but it's a dude.
It's a dude.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Right now, the latest thing is that it's an attack on the site.
Oh. What?
Yeah. For a site for a site that's non-controversial,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of outside IP ranges that keep hitting the site again and again and again.
That's heard that story from said provider before.
Yeah, well, it's been everything from, it's a coding issue to, it's a plugin conflict. It's something else. It's this, it's this. They don't know. They just don't know.
Yeah, they really don't know. They just hope they just hope everybody stays and doesn't leave.
Yeah, they hope it goes away.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Well, good things.
Let's talk Star Wars, damn it.
Damn it. Let's get this out of our systems.
The only highlight of my weekend was watching the Star Wars trailer.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk about what you think. What do you think?
Holy crap, I can't wait until next December.
Here's the funny bit. This movie is not spoiled at all by the trailer. This is one of those trailers. So my wife is a staunch non-trailer watcher. She won't watch any trailers. I literally sat in a movie theater with her waiting for something to start. What were we saying? Interstellar to begin.
Yeah.
And the Avengers 2 trailer came on, and she literally stared at her popcorn and plugged her ears the entire time. Like that is not I'm not exaggerating. Wow. That is totally what Kim did. I'm a big fan of teasers and trailers. I like it. Yeah. I like to get hyped up. She does not. She wants to go in raw and fresh and know nothing about it. She likes movies better that way. And Interstellar, as an example, was a movie she'd never heard a thing about because she avoided it.
Honestly, I was the same way. I just kind of avoided everything about Interstellar until I went to go see it.
Yeah. And a lot of people, some people do it selectively like that. Others do it with everything. A friend of the show, Jeff Canada, will not watch any trailers ever. And he's having a real hard time avoiding any talk of this Star Wars thing, especially on Twitter. So here's the funny thing, though. I feel like this is the trailer for them all to see. There's nothing to spoil here. Mm-hmm. There's no story points given away. All we are given is mysteries that prompt emails like black people shouldn't be in stormtrooper outfits.
All right,
we're going to the desert.
That.
Oh, I didn't need to know that we're going to be in the desert for a little bit of this.
Spoiled it.
All right, so black people in stormtrooper costumes. It's pretty much accepted that after the third Star Wars movie, that the number of clones in the Star Wars universe dropped off dramatically.
Yeah.
So they have to go and hire things. And I'm surprised that people don't remember this. In Star Wars: A New Hope, Luke wanted to leave the Moisture Farm to join the Imperial Academy. Mm-hmm. He was going to join to become a stormtrooper or a pilot.
Right.
And people don't remember that. So there are a bunch of different people, races, ethnicities, whatever, that are going to be in Star Wars costumes.
Yeah, even at the height of Vader's rule and the Emperor's rule, this was still a thing that was happening.
Now, the interesting thing is we know that this person, the actor, and I forget his name, we know that he's a big deal in this movie.
Yeah.
Just because he's wearing a stormtrooper costume doesn't mean he's a stormtrooper.
He may be the biggest deal in the movie, from what I've heard. Like maybe main character. They've been real cagey about it. Again, the trailer gives away nothing, But yeah, how many times have I seen episode 4, and how many times did Luke and Han Solo dress up as stormtroopers?
Exactly.
And how many times did Luke get accused of being a little too short for a stormtrooper by Leia, his sister, but at the time his hottie girlfriend? I've seen it. I know what's happening, and so this idea that you can surmise so much. Oh, okay, he's black. He's in a stormtrooper outfit. Therefore, my outrage knows no limits.
Yeah,
it's like, come on.
To me, that is like the least thing that should be worrying people.
Yeah, what are you worried about? Are you worried about anything? I'm not worried.
And everything takes place on Tatooine from the trailer that we've seen.
I've heard that's not Tatooine, though.
It may not be. Maybe it's Dantooine.
Well, I've heard it may be an another Uween, but
the rebels are on Dantooine.
Yeah, I've heard a bunch of talk that there may just be another desert planet.
No, I mean, it's very likable.
Yeah.
Very, very possible.
Yeah. It's also very likable. I'm cool with that.
I like it.
No, you got to understand. So I come from this point of view of I love the desert planets in all my science fiction, and Tatooine as a backdrop is a thing that is just an indelible image for me. It's very hard for me to imagine Star Wars. Like, I think the reason I hated the second movie as a kid, I love it now, but I hated Hoth. Or I hated Empire because Hoth was cold and awful. And for me, it was like, oh, let's go back to the desert. And part of the reason I love the third Muppet movie they made there is because Tatooine was back.
Yeah.
Now, as I've gotten older, that's my least favorite of the original 3. But, I'm all in on the desert planet. So for me...
I'm fine, too. I mean, the weird part is, if that is Tatooine, it's just crazy that this backward planet on the outskirts of the Imperial control tends to be the focus point of almost every single movie that we've seen.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's a fountain they go back to. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
I think the other thing that has everybody all worked up is the lightsaber gauntlet or whatever it is, the longsword.
I have no problem with it.
I really don't either. I mean, to me, if you think about the broadsword concept with the hilt, the guard, makes sense to me.
Why not? And even if that's got there is a theory floating around that again is based on nothing other than people are just people are filling in things with their imagination here. But I kind of like this one, which is that guy, whoever that is, stumbling into that forest. Looking a little rough, a little disheveled, a little hurried.
Luke Skywalker.
Maybe, but whoever that is. That, and also the fact that thing, when he turns that on, it's a little ramshackle. It's like
a
little MacGyver.
It's like it's a little electric-y, and it's kind of seems a little unstable.
Right.
And maybe just thrown together. I really like the idea that this is, whoever this is, if it's Luke, fine. Although I don't think Hamill can move like that, but whatever.
No.
I think that that this could represent somebody's being forced to have to put something together and quick to assemble some semblance of a lightsaber, and that may be the only parts available to me in the wreckage means I got to have these two little afterburner things on the side or something. I got to stabilize this beam or whatever.
The other thing that, and you may be totally right on that. The other thing that seems more probable is Luke is the last of the Jedi Knights, and he hasn't been seen in 30 years.
Yeah.
And so if someone else is trying to start up a Jedi religion, although it could be, Sith, whatever, they may not know how things were done. And they're cobbling things together from lost memory, from stories that have been passed down over the last 30 years. It's kind of like saying, Scott, go back and we haven't had computers in 30 years. Here's some random parts that we think were used in computers. Put it together.
Build one.
Build one. And what would come out would probably be something that works like a computer but looks and acts totally different.
Right. It's like I really like those kinds of concepts. But even if this just boils down to that particular Jedi sword lightsaber has these two things on it, I'm cool with that too.
Oh yeah,
I don't have a problem with any of it. If Count Dooku's got a bent wiener looking one, remember his?
Yeah,
that's fine with me. He's my least favorite character in the prequels as far as bad guys go, but I love the hilt on his saber is awesome.
Yeah.
So why did everyone need like a nice normal green one to pop out? No. Also, I also think it's a bad guy because if it's red, isn't all the red crystals
typically that's
usually Sith.
Yeah, blue and green are usually the good guys.
And purple.
Yeah, that's right. Samuel Mother Effin.
MRF and purple.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's a few yellow ones floating around too.
And I will strike down, with my furious anger.
Honestly, there is nothing in that trailer that I didn't like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing that I looked and said, "Oh, I'm out. Forget it."
Right.
Everything in that
the
trailer.
Millennium Falcon. Oh, forget it.
Yeah,
no way.
Who cares about that thing?
There's no way that thing can fly around like that.
that old boat. Forget it. Yeah, right. And the sounds are so good. Yeah. Like even her on her big it looked like she was driving around a ship container, but whatever that scooter thing.
Right, and the ball, the spheroid droid. I love that looking thing.
So cool. But the way they sound is like.
My youngest, I sat him down to watch the trailer on the day it came out. I said, "Oh, buddy, just watch this." I just because I should have recorded it because it was classic.
Yeah.
But he's watching and he keeps looking at me, going, "What? What is that?" And then finally, the lightsaber turns on and it goes, and then he looks at me and goes, "Dad, why did that thing toot?" And it was just like, all right, way to go. You are my son.
Yeah, dude. That's amazing. No, it's really something else. I watched it with the kids, too, and they're so excited. Carter's like, I have chills, and they won't go away.
I just wish that Disney would reconsider and say, you know what? We've always released Star Wars movies in May. This movie's coming out in May.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
And not make us wait till December.
I don't want to wait a whole year, dude.
It's not fair.
I'm not sure
sooner.
Who knows if we're all going to live that long? Let's make it sooner.
Oh, good Lord.
And what if the world ends? What if it's all zombies by then? Come on.
Well, I mean, the hard part now is now that the crack in the dam has started, spoilers are going to start coming out pretty quick. I mean, we've got Toy Fair coming up next month.
Yeah.
And they're going to start talking or at least hinting at a lot of Star Wars The Force Awakens toys. And my bet is by December, we're going to know pretty much everything that's in that movie for people that really want to go looking for it. Now, Kim, she can still put her face in the popcorn and cover her ears, but
Right.
but I mean, I honestly think that we're going to see a lot of the merchandising and marketing for this thing potentially ruin the film before it even arrives.
Oh, okay. When we see the Mattel Han Solo funeral playset, we're gonna know something's up.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Or when
The
they
Millennium Falcon obliteration playset.
Yeah.
do you remember when Phantom Menace came out and they released the track listing of the soundtrack?
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, it's no big deal to release it." But I think one of the titles of one of the tracks was Qui-Gon's funeral march or something like that. And people were like, "Oh, the guy's gonna die!"
Freaking, that's bad on their part. That's dumb for them to name things like that.
Yeah.
But it would be funny. The headless Luke Skywalker collection, or
Well, and the same thing happened. I mean, Lego has since taken it down, but the upcoming Jurassic Park, the big new monster, the big dinosaur, the D-Rex, has been kept under wraps, but Lego released their set and solicitations on those sets ahead of time. And as I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago, if you go online, if you really, really search, you can find the image of the D-Rex dinosaur in Lego form. And it looks spooky and it looks cool, but it is a spoiler for what the monster looks like in the film.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Although it's much less scary in this form.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But I mean, it's still, you want to know what color it is? There it is right there. You want to know why.
Pretty stoked.
I'm
pretty stoked for that movie too.
I am too. I mean, it looked kind of interesting, although the trailer does feel very much like the very first one.
Is Avengers this May or June or something?
This May.
Okay.
Yeah, May.
Here's my prediction. That will premiere with a full trailer for Star Wars. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's Zlazi said the same thing, and I think that's probably dead on.
That's a good breadcrumb to give me. And then they'll do a bunch of stuff at Comic-Con. And then the long, hard wait for December begins.
Star Wars got its big initial push at Comic-Con in '76, I think is what it was, where basically Lucas showed up and was like, "Hey, I want to show you little bits and pieces of this film. I want to talk to you about the characters, and please go out and tell people about this."
Yeah.
And
There's
that's
something that I'm working on.
and that was the big push. That was the big push for them to get Star Wars at least interested in more than the limited run that the 20th Century Fox wanted to put out.
This is about space people and robots, so enjoy.
Yeah, it's like I'm there.
Yeah.
It's exciting, dude. It's
Yes,
freaking
it is.
exciting. And when Majorspoilers.com is up, it will cover it grotesquely. You'll have it all over the place.
In fact, we tried to have some stuff up, but when the site was up for an hour or two here or there, within 24 hours of the trailer release, maybe you guys have already seen this, somebody did a Lego version of the trailer, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Then a whole bunch of artists have done their own take on posters for the movie. Phil Noto has one that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And then Francesco Francavilla, who's another artist that I really like, he's got one of the broadsword lightsaber up in the air, and it looks really cool too. So
Yeah.
people can go check those out.
It's all good. It's funny though. It's funny to live in a world where Star Wars is happening again and the internet exists.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
watching the internet freak out. Like the two trailers that are my favorite reworks are the lens flare one and the George Lucas special edition one.
Yeah, that one's funny too.
They're brilliant. They're
I
brilliant.
finally have a link to the George Lucas one, so I'll get to see that.
Yeah, you'll love
By
it.
the way, I'm noticing, Steven, you're wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
yeah.
t-shirt.
No, we just watched it on Film Sack last night.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
then,
You may not, if you really like that, you may not want to listen to Film Sack.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
My sons are my youngest, 3 years old. He can tell you every single Ninja Turtle's name. He knows what colors associated with every name. We went shopping to a big box store the other day, and it's got to be a 4-foot tall animated version of the Ninja Turtle, a statue action figure kind of thing. And he was just like staring at it the whole time saying, "Please, Dad, can we buy it? Can we buy it? Can we buy it?"
That's
This thing
amazing.
is like twice as tall as he is. Yeah, those kids are in love with Ninja Turtles.
Have they seen the original, the first one? Because that's what we
no,
did. Yeah.
No, not at all.
He should watch that.
I don't want to ruin. He's only 3. I don't want to ruin his life.
Well, that's true. But I guess what I'm saying is he's only a true Ninja Turtle fan when he can do this rap.
This is serious, so give me a quarter. I was a witness, get me a reporter. Call April O'Neil in on this case. Hey, you better hurry up. There's no time to waste.
And the chicken tastes like wood.
I was so bored, I went out to the lobby and I picked up a shovel and I found a new hobby and came back and the movie was still going. And so I went back in the lobby and
Ruth Cohen
watched another showing.
Yeah. No, hey, perfect. It's terrible. The movie's not great. I know a lot of people love it. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's got problems. All right. Well, that sounds like good fun. Watch for Major Spoilers to make a triumphant return.
I hope so.
Once this hosting thing gets worked out, Steve and I hope for the best there.
All right,
podcast still forthcoming and all that stuff, right? Everything's
Yeah,
going
I would
on.
imagine. It looks like you can access the XML files. At one point over the weekend, when they were trying to back up from the restore, they didn't restore the XML files.
Oh my gosh.
So people weren't even able to access the feed until I pointed out saying, hey, you know all those hits that are trying to access? Are those files even there?
Why wouldn't they do
no.
that? The big dummies? Why wouldn't they just... that irritates me. I'm doing a refresh right now. It looks like you're...
Don't do too many refreshes. You will get blocked. They will think you're spamming the site.
We've found where the DDoS attack is coming from, and it's from Utah.
It's from inside the state. It's not refreshing, so I don't know what that means.
Trying to hit the site 2 times in 30 minutes, I got my own IP blocked.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And they won't unblock it.
They're crazy. You need a new host.
It's the bottom line. People can follow all of my anger and vitriol at Twitter at Major Spoilers.
Yeah, Twitter is up, so you can follow him on Twitter. It is, just for the record, your RSSs are not refreshing now. They were earlier, so I don't know what happened there. All right, well, Steven, I don't want to put you on a bigger tirade than you were already on.
Him any further, yes.
But good luck with all of that. He's Major Spoilers on Twitter, and I do recommend following him, not just because this rage over the next couple of days is going to be fun to watch, but he's always got interesting things to say. Steven, stay out of trouble. We'll talk to you soon. Be good.
All right, take care, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Good man, that's Steven.
Something sounded like I said, "Hey Siri," but I didn't.
Oh, did your phone start?
Yeah.
Oh, I got something funny for you to hear.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be beyond your abilities at the moment.
Listen to this. You ready for this?
Oh, she listened to her own self saying that may be beyond my abilities at the moment, then responded to herself saying, "I'm not sure I understand."
That's
nice
amazing.
job, Siri.
That's great. It's because you got the Duke. You get the big phone.
Yes.
Doesn't know what to do with itself. Here's you yesterday.
Oh,
before Jim died. That's that time where we thought
you said it was like beep beep
beep beep. Here's his
Oh.
before Jim died. Yep. More like yub.
Yub.
One more.
Oh.
Before Jim died. and then this is also good. Whoops.
Oh.
Before Jim.
There's a bunch of turtles and they're walking around, and you gotta watch out because there's stuff on the ground. That rap was so bad.
You were tired.
The most bored rapper ever.
Yeah.
MC Lazy Boy is his rapper name.
MC lays
MC
a lot.
Partially drunk.
Yeah. MC sleep deprived. Sleepy D for short. We got some emails. They start with this one from Chris, who writes in, says, by the way, if you want to send your own in, you can send your emails to themorningstream@gmail.com. That's themorningstream@gmail.com. Chris says, good morning, gents. Listening to show 722. I'm a little behind, but catching up. And heard your stories about naming your food. It sounds a lot better than saying eating your pets. I don't know what that means. Also, friends of mine actually created their own wedding. Catered, sorry. He is a professional chef, and the wedding was quite small, so they brought a piglet, named it Arthur, raised it, fed it junk food, and then they had it killed and cleaned to cook over a fire pit at the dinner. Needless to say, it was the best wedding meal I've ever had. You could taste the love they put into that pig. Pig. Just wanted to share, Chris.
Some delicious pig.
Yeah, that's right. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And then you kill it. Dear Skeptical and Unbeliever, says Darren. How can you possible spread, he put possible. Possibly is what I think he meant. Possibly spread the lies that the skull on Mars is just a plain old rock. It is definitely a skull. It is not a human skull. Look at it again. You will most certainly see that it is a skull of Skeksis. You know, the supposed villains of the true life documentary known as the Dark Crystal. What people do not know is that this movie truly happened on the surface of the Red Planet nearly 4 billion years ago, and it is just a massive government cover-up meant to further spread lies of the humanitarian, or should I say, skeletonarian efforts by these benevolent creatures in their attempt to advance facelift technology. If we offed a few Geflings, we could extend the time the Kardashian family can produce or continue providing quality television. Blame Obama. Love the show, ho, ho, ho. Darren Mother Roscow's younger brother. Oh, think the movie Sneakers, he says. Like Mother. Got it.
Okay. Mother. Oh, right. Okay.
Dan Aykroyd's
Dan Aykroyd's character, yes.
Nice email. No, we didn't get any emails from anyone who believed that was a real skull. So you guys have, other than that one kidding around, but you guys have proven that you're good people.
Yes.
You don't just buy into any old thing.
The gems of the internet listen to our show.
That's right. Hey, Scott and Brian, says Ducey in Gilbert, Arizona. He says, when you were talking about actors who still be known in 50 years, we just did this on last Wednesday, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I agree with you that most of the people you mentioned will probably be long gone by the new generation. However, one person stuck in my mind that has the possibility of being one of the most well-known actors of our time in 50 years. If anyone has a chance, I think it's Harrison Ford. Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Air Force One, and other action movies, the list goes on. Love the show, though. Ducey. I don't know. I mean, you could have said that about Steve McQueen. But how many kids care about Steve McQueen?
Yeah. I don't know, though. I think Harrison Ford's got longevity just because of all those iconical movies. You know, when you think of the great movies of the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, right? Everybody knows Judy Garland. Everybody knows Humphrey Bogart. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows
do they
Betty
though?
Davis.
You
sure,
and I do.
You know these people. How many Humphrey Bogart movies have you seen?
One.
Okay. How many Judy Garland movies have you seen?
One.
Exactly. But you know about all these, these famous.
Well, you and I do. I'm saying I don't think 15 to 20-year-olds have any idea. I don't think they have any idea. That's not part of their life at all.
I think if I were to ask Tristan, and he's at school, or I'd ask him if he knew who Harrison Ford was, he'd know.
Oh, Harrison Ford, yes. I'm saying, sure. Would he know who Judy Garland is? He'd have no idea.
Maybe.
I'll bet you cash him or my kids would have no idea. And Carter counts herself as kind of culturally, she thinks she's all culturally in it, but I'll bet you she has no idea either of those two people. Or
that's because 15 to 20-year-olds are dumb.
If I said, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, she wouldn't know anything about Rhett Butler or that movie he was in, or any of those people.
Right.
So I don't know. You're right about some of them extend further, because I would say the Judy Garland thing extended further into our life,
mm-hmm.
just like Harrison Ford would for them. But then again, Harrison Ford's about to be in a new Star Wars movie, so he's automatically kicked it another probably 15 to 25 years ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, he'll go longer, but there is a point where he becomes Fatty Arbuckle and nobody knows who he is.
And maybe that's it. I mean, there is a fade-off point even for us where, Rudolph Valentino we know, but just barely.
Right? And only in really slight passing or an occasional documentary or something.
Right, or a mention in a Madonna song or something.
Yeah. Okay, I got one for you that I may have just gotten the answer as you were saying this.
All right.
So you brought me there. It's Charlie Chaplin might be the guy. Because my kids know who Charlie Chaplin is.
Sure. Your daughter even dressed like him for Halloween this last
year. She sure did. And Nick knows him. And I think kids know who that is because there's something venerable and long-lasting about that. And I don't know why or what. But that's...
And Marilyn Monroe's another good example. I mean...
Yeah.
Because she's transcended everything beyond... movies, right? She's become an icon for fleeting beauty and a life taken too short or something like that.
Yeah, she's kind of a cipher, a martyr in some ways, and
mm-hmm.
yeah, it's the same reason that kids today think Kurt Cobain is a hero.
Mm-hmm.
If he was still kicking it, they wouldn't even think about him.
Right.
Yeah, I think we have cracked the code. Marilyn Monroe, Charlie Chaplin. There's your male and female examples. I think those do carry on. That's it for emails. Thank you guys for writing in. We love your emails. Keep them coming in. themorningstream@gmail.com. As always, frogpants.com/TMS is our website. That's on the internet. The information superhighway, Brian. At Morning Stream.
How we find it.
I know. Well, you got to look around. At Morning Stream, at Scott Johnson, at Coverville is where you'll want to go for us on Twitter. Coverville is Brian. I'm at Scott Johnson. The show's at Morning Stream. And I think that's going to do it for us. Tomorrow we should have, I think we've got Justin back.
Chimbeard and Jury.
Not flying around anywhere as far as I know.
All
and
right.
it should have Chimbeard as well. So looking forward to that. In the meantime, why don't we leave everybody with a little song?
All right. This one's going out to Tom D. Says, "Gentlemen, thanks for putting on a great show. I'll keep it simple. On December 1st, I'm turning 40. So how about a song? I love the Muppets. While I'm certain you've already played the Muppets cover of Bohemian Rhapsody on the show, Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody on the show. It wouldn't hurt to play it again, would it?
No.
Or if it would, any cover of or by the Muppets would be wonderful. Thanks and keep up the good work." It has been a while. And it's been since I started keeping track in this little directory in my iTunes. But I don't care. We're going to play it. The Bohemian Rhapsody cover. This is, if I remember correctly, this was kind of the beginning of the big resurgence, the recent resurgence of the Muppets before the newer movies. And this was a YouTube video that came out that just completely went viral. It's the Muppets and their cover of Bohemian Rhapsody. Mama?
Yeah, here it is. We'll play it now. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. Looking forward to all these week's episodes. And hopefully they don't schedule a colonoscopy on Thursday. I'd hate for that to happen. One more Thursday out. That would suck.
Oh, God. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. You know what they do? They make you drink a bunch of Hellfire the night before.
Right.
Then you clean out ye old tubes.
That provides them with some opening to...
Yep. They give you. It clears out the cave so they can find the relic. And,
here's what you need to do. We need you to go out tonight and eat at the Black Eyed Pea, and then tomorrow morning you'll be all cleared out in time for the colonoscopy.
If you want, you can take this salty drink we give you, or you can go to Taco Bell. You get to decide. All right, here it is. Bohemian Rhapsody. Bye now.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a